It is Sunday, December 13, 2020. I'm Lights Camera Jackson. Welcome to LCJ Live. Hope you're doing well, staying safe, positive, watching new movies and TV shows. We'll get into all of those in the box office, what I've seen, what's coming up, what's coming out, all of that coming up here on LCJ Live. As always, send in your questions and your comments. Happy 95th birthday to a living legend, Dick Van Dyke. Wow, 95 years old today. That is fantastic. Of course, from Mary Poppins, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the Dick Van Dyke Show. Most recently in Mary Poppins Returns, returning with Emily Blunt. Emily had a new movie out this weekend, Wild Mountain Thyme. Only $100,000, but it wasn't in a lot of theaters, and it also had a simultaneous VOD debut, so maybe a lot of people decided to stay home and watch it. Yeah, send in your questions, your comments. I got it right here on LCJ Live. If you're also seeing this Happy Holidays message, that's why, by the way, I have the penguin here for Mary Poppins for Dick Van Dyke's birthday. Happy 95. If you're seeing this DreamWorks Happy Holidays, I want to thank them very much for sending this 1,000-piece puzzle. It is round, and it's fantastic, and I love getting this card as well with a nice message on the back. Thank you to DreamWorks Animation very much for that. Happy holidays. DreamWorks having another good day today. $3 million for The Croods makes it the #1 movie in America for a third week in a row. Hello, Stealing Valerie. Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. Third week in a row for Croods at the top of the box office. It's the only new movie that's doing really well right now. The other films that are doing all right are re-releases. Whether it's Christmas Vacation, which is back in theaters, or Wonder Woman. Warner Brothers actually in select theaters around the country re-released Wonder Woman this weekend, and it made about $187,000 to get ready for Wonder Woman 1984, which will be in theaters and on HBO Max on Christmas Day. We're less than 2 weeks away from that, so Warner Brothers doing that, I bet, in a lot of drive-ins as well. Maybe they'll even do a Wonder Woman double feature at some drive-ins around the country. That would be fun. As far as the rest of the new movies, Half Brothers, $490,000. War with Grandpa, still making a little bit of money, $266,000. All My Life, second week, and Freaky, they're still near the top of the box office chart, an unconventional box office chart for sure. The new movies that are going to be in theaters this coming week are Monster Hunter, which is an action film I'm probably going to screen tomorrow from Sony. It's with Mila Jovovich, and it's been delayed a few times, but Sony's finally going to put it out. The other one is Fatale. This is a thriller with Hilary Swank and Michael Ealy that I had the chance to screen a week ago today, and that's going to be in select theaters. I feel like it's a movie that would play really well on VOD, but for now, Lionsgate is going to just put it out in theaters. So those are the newcomers next weekend. And then for Christmas weekend in select theaters, we have Wonder Woman 1984. We also have a film I watched the other night, News of the World. This is the Tom Hanks, Paul Greengrass reunion. They worked on Captain Phillips together in 2013. Tom Hanks plays another captain in this. A lot of people were very surprised. What's up, Mason the Russo? A lot of people were very surprised that Tom Hanks did not get a Best Actor Academy Award nomination. I was one of them. Will he get a nomination for this? I don't think so, because the performance isn't that powerful. I actually think Tom Hanks is better in Greyhound, and that's not even his showiest performance of his career. But we've got News of the World coming out on Christmas Day. We'll see how it does in theaters. Also, the new version of Pinocchio is coming out Christmas Day. Hope to get a screener of that very soon. And then I've been watching some other movies that'll be on streaming services and virtual debuts before the end of the year, like The Father with Anthony Hopkins, Olivia Colman. Last night I watched French Exit with Michelle Pfeiffer and Lucas Hedges. The Midnight Sky, George Clooney movie, in select theaters now on Netflix next Wednesday, December 23rd. My rapid review of The Midnight Sky, look for that tomorrow all over social media. Twitter, LCJ Reviews, Instagram at LightsCamJackson, and the website lights-camera-jackson.com. I've also seen Sylvie's Love, which is going to be on Amazon Prime Video on December 23rd. This is with Tessa Thompson, some other big names in it. I will have my thoughts on that coming soon. What did you watch this weekend? Have you watched anything yet? Any of the new movies? Wander Darkly with Sienna Miller, which I think parts of it are very good. That's on VOD for you to watch at home. What have you checked out? Let me know here on Twitter at LCJ Reviews. Comment here right now on LCJ Live. I've also seen Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. This is the final film with Chadwick Boseman, and he gives a heck of a performance. Wow. Definitely a nominee lock for Best Actor. Could even win this award season. His performance is that good, and honoring him and his career. Yeah, that's on Netflix this Friday, December 18th. I've been playing in select theaters for the last week or two. What's up? Matthew Hickey00. Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. Hey, just call me nerd. Whatever. Bye-bye. If you're just joining us here on LCJ Live, more movies coming out over the next couple weeks. Hey, Soul is on Disney Plus on December 25th, Christmas Day. I talked with Pete Docter, Kemp Powers, who's the co-director, Dana Murray, who's the producer of the movie. And you can look for some of those Q&As at animationscoop.com. I'll have a new Q&A later this week with some of the other makers of the movie in the animation department and in the writing department. Those are going to be coming out later this week. I talked with them a few months ago, actually, when I had only seen about 35 minutes of the movie, and then a couple weeks ago I watched the rest of Soul to get ready for the Critics' Choice Awards nominations. So I checked out Soul. That's coming. What else we got? Oh, Promising Young Woman. This is the new thriller-ish with Carey Mulligan, Bo Burnham, who I interviewed for 8th Grade a couple years ago. It's an acting role for Bo Burnham alongside Carey Mulligan. Some other names are in this. I watched this about a week or so ago. That's going to be in theaters as well on Christmas Day. So there's still several movies left for the year before we turn to 2021, which I know we're all looking forward to. And there's still a few more I need to see, including a film I'm probably going to watch tonight called Herself. This is a drama coming to Amazon Prime Video very soon with Claire Dunn. They are putting this up for major consideration for her for Best Actress, so I'll take a look at that. Also, Greenland, the new action thriller with Gerard Butler that STX was going to put out in theaters, then they weren't, then they were, and now they're just putting out on VOD this Friday, December 18. I am looking forward to seeing Greenland and maybe catching up on a few other films. But there's about 5 or 6 I got to see left for the year of 2020. I've already seen close to 225 new movies that have been released in 2020. A record by a lot for me. The record previously, I believe, was 148. This crushed that because there have been so many movies that have come out, big and small, but on an even playing field with VOD and streaming services. When will you have your review of Soul, says DJ Rachopa. I'm not going to do a full review of Soul. I pick and choose some. It depends on timing and depends on things. But here's what I'll say about Soul. Parts of it are unlike any Pixar movie we've ever seen. In terms of tone, in terms of what Pete Docter does with the characters, and in terms of where certain scenes and situations go. Some comedically, some dramatically and emotionally. I will say my favorite scene of Soul comes late in the film, so I certainly don't want to talk about it, but it's a quieter scene, and it's very strong, and again, unlike something we have seen in a Pixar movie before. The voice cast, Jamie Foxx is very good. You've got Tina Fey, you've got Graham Norton in it, one of my favorite talk show hosts who gets third billing in this Pixar movie, and some really interesting story elements. So Soul, Christmas Day, and I'll have more of my interviews and my conversations with some of the people coming up. Stealing Valerie, I watched the John Belushi documentary on Showtime a few weeks back, really liked it. If you don't know a lot about the life and career of John Belushi, then that doc gives you it. It gives you what you need to know. I knew a lot already, so for me, I didn't feel like I learned a lot of new stuff about John Belushi. A couple of sound bites from Lorne Michaels, some of the others were interesting, but I thought some of the elements of the narration from Bill Hader of the Diaries, we've seen the Diaries with Gary Shandling's documentary from Judd Apatow, and so many other things, that there's not a lot here that's new or fresh. But if you liked it, that's great. It's on Showtime. You know what's coming to Showtime very soon? They've got several movies they're debuting very soon, including 8th Grade from Bo Burnham. Also, The Truth. Catherine Deneuve is excellent in this. One of my favorite lead actress performances of the year. This is going to premiere on January 8th at 8 p.m. Friday night. And it's her, it's Juliette Binoche, and Ethan Hawke. And Catherine Deneuve plays a legendary French actress, and she is. And you may think that's typecasting, but she is so good with this because the dialogue, the mannerisms, the way she delivers, the way she interacts with Juliette Binoche and Ethan Hawke and a young girl in the movie. It's so fascinating. Love a lot of what this movie says and does about the film industry and about relationships and family members in the film industry and movie making in general, and also the positives and the negatives about that whole profession. I love what this movie does. The Truth. Friday, Jan 8, 8 p.m. Showtime. Highly recommend it. What's up, Slam Nielsen? Thanks for being here on LCJ Live on this Sunday, December the 13th. We are almost halfway through the month of December. Can you believe that? We are almost to 2021. If you flip the two numbers around, it'll be December 31, New Year's Eve. Looking forward to the ball dropping and starting fresh, starting anew. If you're going to a movie theater to see films, hope you're doing it safely. And if you're just joining us here, a nice holiday greeting from DreamWorks Animation. And also, I've got one of the penguins here from Mary Poppins. Have to when it's Dick Van Dyke's 95th birthday. I would love to meet Dick Van Dyke. What an icon. What a guy who changed television, but also movies. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and of course Mary Poppins, and so many of the other roles he's had over the years. Television, Diagnosis Murder. What a career. What a guy who's still going strong. So happy 95th birthday. Rest in peace to Charlie Pride. Saw the news come down yesterday. Very sad, very unfortunate. I just saw him on the CMA Awards, 40 days ago. It's very sad that he has died from COVID complications. Very unfortunate. What a legend in the country music profession. It was so nice to see him honored a month and a half ago with that Lifetime Achievement Award, because what a career he has had. If you're looking at the box office once again, Crude's $3 million leads the way. Not a huge drop from last weekend. Last weekend, Crude's had $4.4 million. This weekend, $3 million. That's not the biggest drop of all time. Obviously, would movies like to be making a lot more money than that right now? Yeah. But it's up to $24 million. I'm sure it's going to do very well when it comes to VOD this Friday, December 18. DreamWorks and Universal gave it 3 weekends in theaters, including the long Thanksgiving weekend, and now they're saying, all right, we're getting a 1-week jump on Soul being on Disney+. Let's put Croods on VOD this Friday, December 18th. Let's get families into Croods at home if you haven't gone to the theater and seen it yet. I think they will do very well with that. They did incredibly well with Trolls. Trolls World Tour made, $90 million in a couple weeks or something crazy like that on VOD back in April. So this Croods sequel, A New Age, should do very well with that. What was your favorite Disney announcement from this week, says DJ Rachobo? Yeah, we had a lot of Disney announcements because we had no D23. They made the Investor Day the day to announce pretty much everything. I'm really intrigued by the Lightyear prequel, the Buzz Lightyear prequel with Chris Evans that'll be in theaters in a couple of years. Also, Domi Shi, who I interviewed for Bao, her film Turning Red will be out in about a year and a half. And Raya and the Last Dragon this coming March on Disney Plus and in theaters at the same time. That's a Disney animation film. Looking forward to Encanto and some of the other ones. Luca, that's the next Pixar movie after Soul. And, of course, the Lightning McQueen and Mater TV series about 2 years away on Disney Plus. They announced everything. But my question is, are these movies and TV shows, all these Marvel shows, all these Star Wars shows, the animation projects I think will all eventually happen, the Ice Age new installment and Night at the Museum and Wimpy Kid and all that. But are all of these other ones really going to be made? I mean, they're coming up with titles and just saying, we got this idea for this and this and this and this. Are they all actually going to happen, and especially at the same time? I remember them making these announcements years ago about some of the other stuff, and some of that hasn't happened yet. Like, I'll give you an example. Disenchanted was not news to me. This announcement of Amy Adams being involved in this Enchanted sequel called Disenchanted. That has been rumored and talked about for 10 years. Enchanted came out 13 years ago. Once that was a hit, Disney probably wanted to make a sequel right away anyway. But that title and her involvement, all that, has been rumored. Directors have come and gone for a decade. So now you're saying, yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen on Disney Plus. We're going to do it. I'll believe it when I see it. There are some of those projects like that where I'm just like, you've had this swirling around for so long. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Like, I remember last summer when Mahershala Ali was confirmed, I believe from Comic-Con, that he was going to play Blade in an upcoming Marvel movie. Well, here we are a year and a half later, And because of COVID and because of everything going on, they're still saying, yep, Herschel is going to play Blade. It's still coming. Probably another 3 or 4 years, but it's going to happen because they got to go in order of all these Marvel movies and you get backed up and all of that. Again, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm glad all these projects are happening, giving people jobs and work and all the things for Marvel fans and Star Wars fans and animation fans and all of that. But it's a lot. That was a lot of information from the other day and a lot of projects, and they're all going to come out on these dates. You never know. Look at what happened with COVID. COVID pushed things back, except for animation in a lot of cases, but in some cases, yes. It pushed a lot of things back in production and what's happening. So I think more than ever, these studios are throwing out these ideas and concepts. They wouldn't have done this 10 years ago. The amount of stuff that came out from Disney the other day wouldn't have been spoken about in a press meeting sense like this 10 years ago. Would not have happened. But with the internet and Disney Plus and this excitement and this momentum and keep people engaged and all that, but I just feel like a lot of these are going to fall through. I really do. I hope they don't, especially the animation. I hope all of them stay and have release dates and give people a chance to watch them all. But I don't know. Some of them I just feel like they're not going to happen. You know, let's do Hocus Pocus 2. Let's do Sister Act 3. But I used to always say, when a movie had a confirmed release date on the Box Office Mojo calendar, that's when I knew, yeah, this movie's legitimately in the works and it's legitimately going to come out. Obviously, things have changed a little bit in the last several years, and especially this year. That was used to be my thing is, well, you've announced a film, but you haven't set a release date yet. It's not there. It's not really in my head yet. But now it's a lot different. But what's up, Running on Plumes? Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. What are you looking forward to from the Disney announcements? Let me know here on the comments right here on LCJ Live. What are you looking forward to? What do you think is going to be released in theaters or on Disney Plus or simultaneously? What do you think is coming? Is Black Widow still going to open in May? Is No Time to Die still going to open in April? Are you even thinking that far ahead yet? Because I'm not. I'm thinking right now, because we're towards December, I'm starting to get into that awards vibe, that momentum in my head. I'm screening these movies for consideration, but also the nominations are delayed. We would have had some nominations by now, but now it's going to be early February for a lot of them, some in January. Some shows like the Gotham Awards will be next month, and the Critics' Choice Super Awards. But I'm starting to get into that frame of mind, and the Oscar nominations aren't until March 15. We're still 3 months away, but there's still a lot before then and what could happen and all that. I'm starting to get in that frame of mind. But if you're talking about stuff post when all the nominations for these award shows are coming out, I'm just not there yet mentally. Got to take it a little bit at a time and see what's confirmed to be coming out, what's not, all of that. But what are you looking forward to? What's up, Robot1142? Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. Have you got all your holiday shopping done in person or online? Are you going to get people movie gift cards? I still have a lot of Regal movie gift cards that I want to use at some point, but it's probably not going to happen until late spring, early summer at this point because the Regals are still closed around here. All the Regals are closed. But I have a decent amount of money on gift cards from family members and friends that I appreciate very much that I want to use, but they've been hibernating for quite a while. The longest winter they've ever had. But I look forward to using them very soon. Next week, when we're back here on LCJ Live, we will see how Fatale and Monster Hunter performed in theaters. I'll have my reviews of some of those coming out this week. Midnight Sky Rapid review tomorrow. I'll be interviewing some animation people hopefully this week as well. New Animation Scoop Q&A with the Soul Makers coming out later this week. Also some other ones on the way with the directors of Cops and Robbers, this new animated short coming to Netflix. Canvas, which is on Netflix right now from Frank Abney, I highly recommend, and my Q&A with him is at animationscoop.com as well. Go to the website, lights-camera-jackson.com. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at LCJ Reviews and Instagram at LightsCamJackson. Hope you're doing well. Stay safe, positive. Keep watching movies and shows and sports. Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Eagles today. And if you're going to a theater, wear a mask. I'm Lights Camera Jackson. Thank you for watching LCJ Live. We will see you next Sunday with our countdown to the end of the year. Bye-bye.